Hey guys, and welcome back to another GCSE Maths Grade 9 exam question. So for this question, we have a little bit on circles here, and the first part here is where we're given this equation of a curve, y is equal to a to the x, and then capital A is the point where the curve intersects the y-axis, state the coordinates of capital A. So, how do we do this? Well, don't be put off by what this graph actually looks like, if you know what it looks like, or the way it's written. For example, if I put down what would be the y-intercepts, or the coordinates of something like y equals 2x plus 3, right? I'm sure you'd all be able to just tell me, well, that's going to be 0, 3. And how do we exactly work that out? Well, some of you will just look at that and go, the y coordinate will be 3, because that's just what the number is there. But what actually is happening is, what we're looking at is when x is 0. So when x is 0, so 2 times 0 is 0, plus 3 gives me 3. Do the same here. So if I do it in black, y is equal to a to the x. If I put 0 in here, y is equal to a to the 0. Well, what's anything to the 0? Anything to the power of 0 is 1. So my y coordinate is just 1. So that's going to be 0, 1. And that's the first part done. For the second part, we have the equation of a circle, C, is x squared plus y squared is equal to 16. The circle C, and it's a curve, the circle C is translated by the vector 3, 0 to give circle B. And we have to draw a sketch of circle B. So quite a tricky question this. I know it did catch a lot of GCSE students out. How do we go about doing this? Well, straight away you need to be okay with the equation of a circle. So this x squared, oops, I've changed it to y. So this x squared, oh no, we're in a nightmare. So the x squared plus y squared. So x squared plus y squared. This is equal to r squared. So that number at the end, the 16, is r squared. So r squared. So what that means, where r is the radius, is that the radius is the square root of 16, which is 4. So the radius for this circle here is 4. So if I draw like a rough sketch over here, what the graph's going to look like is it's going to go through minus 4. It's going to go through 4. It's going to go through minus 4 here, and then 4 up here. So it won't look perfect, but it might look something like that, right? As an actual circle, rather than that like weird curve thing I've got there. But that's the circle, right? And that's where it's cutting through. But now it's translated by the vector 3, 0. So what does that mean? Well, it means it's a horizontal shift 3 units to the right. When it's written in this vector form here, we don't do the opposite, so it's just 3 units to the right. So if it's cutting through minus 4 here now, that means it's going to go to minus 1. And then if it's cutting through at 4 here, that means it's going to go through 7 there on the x-axis. That's your x. This would be my y. And then the centre here, so the centre as well, we know it's just going to be 0, 0, 0, 0. So centre, let's call it CEM. That is 0, 0. For GCSE, you're only ever required to do 0, 0 centres. And that's just because it's x squared plus y squared. So the centre is 0, 0. So if we shift that long 3 units, that's going to go to 3, like that. So I'm going to draw it over here, do it a bit neater. So it's going to look something like this. I'll do the axes a bit bigger than they need to be, just so we've got plenty of room. So that's my x-axis, this is my y-axis. So we're now going to draw the new circle. So like we said, it's going to go through minus 1. It's going to go through 3, 3, and it's going to go through 7. So this is the centre here. Oh, sorry, so it's not going to go through this, but this will be the centre point. And it's going to go through 7. So I should draw the 3 a little bit further down. But hopefully it'll be clear to see. And then it's going to go through minus 4 and 4. So it's going to look something like this. So I know that's far from being perfect, but this is your centre. So obviously my graph is way out here in what it looks like. But again, it's just a sketch. So all you need to make sure is that you've got these points down. So it's going to cut through at minus 1, and it's going to cut through at 7 on the x-axis. You need to get that point there clear, because you ask for any points of intersection with the x-axis. So this is minus 1 and 7. It's going to not change with here, the 4 and the minus 4, because there's no change or transformation applied to the y coordinates. So that's just 0. So they just stay the same. That's 4 and minus 4. And then it cuts through at minus 1. It goes from minus 4 plus 3. It's going to be minus 1. And then it goes from 0 plus 3 to be 3. So that's my centre. And then 4 plus 3 gives me 7. So that's my final point of intersection. And that's it. Them are the 3 marks for it. So I hope that's okay.